Man, that is
There we
fair.
go. Okay, I got it. Never mind.
Oh, I hear it. Okay. All right. So I'll just do this how I'm doing it with you guys. All right. So essentially, this is what I have come up with in order to be able to interface with Synex's processes. So I created two methods in here. One is called post files from Synex, and the other one's called download files from Synex. I'll comment that so you can see it. What I do first is I create my HTML document, or my XML document, pardon me. I set up a source to pick up from just as kind of a dummy app, so it picks this one up, processes everything, then I go in and I place all my tags with all my information provided with it. As you see, each one is set inside of its own element tag. In the event that you actually have to edit this and send it to a different person, you want to populate this email address, so this will be beneficial for us later on in order to be able to actually send this to different borrowers. And of course, this is all just trying to make sure that everything is according to Synex's documentation. After that, we essentially encode it and we get everything formatted. Oh, of course, I forgot one of the main keys is the actual data itself, which is the PDF file. And if you see right here, I actually do a base64 encode on it. And then I take this data and I output it in the link and I output it in our data field. That way, when we send it to Synex, we expect a response back, put it in a string writer, get everything ready to rock and roll. After that piece has concluded, then we actually go into our piece. And as you see, we have submit document. That is the action that is going to be required in order to actually send it to Synex. Now, in here, essentially, this is creating our post that's going to be sending it to them. As you see, we've got a method, we've got a request, we have the request HTTP set here, and it has essentially our username, our password, all the information that we need to be able to access their test server. Now, on that, we set it up to make sure that we have the content link set, we have our content type set, and then we actually write out the post body. And a lot of this was actually kind of designed, kind of shown by Synex as a way to be able to do this. And then after that, we start our response, and that is essentially what their web API sends back to us as well. Now, when we do that, at that point, we take what's responded. If you're actually going to, oh man, I clicked the wrong one. Hold just 1 second. Apparently, clicked it. Yep, there it is. Clicked F12 on a method. My apologies on that one. There we go. Okay. And then after that, we essentially will take the response XML that Synex passes back to us, and then we will start to process it. We will grab the status code, the status description, the document, set ID, all of the information that we will essentially need. And this will, at this point, actually complete the request documentation to them. Now, I know the second part, the main second part, is the actual download document. And as you see, I have the method set up here. This method is extremely similar to the other one in the sense that we populate a very simple request XML file for them. And that does, once again, have our sponsor, our client, all that information, except this time you'll notice that it's got a document set ID. That is the ID that we pass back to indicate which document we want to retrieve from Synex. After we do that, of course, we go back and it is time to write, or it is time to actually download our document. Once again, you see the method name is download document, and that indicates to Synex which one you are calling, so it knows which one to route you to. Like I said, extremely similar setup on this one. You do the same thing, basically. There's a little bit difference in it, but not a lot. And then after that, we actually do the document download piece. And the document download is essentially the exact same thing as the response. I did have to create this one. I used the other one as kind of a basis, but as you see, it's got all the details that we need inside of it, including the actual data to get our file back. After we do get that, we take our data that was provided. We, at that point, decode it from, we decode from base 64, we write it back out, and we drop it back off at a folder location as discussed, and then that is all said and done. Now, there is one piece that we are missing, and the one piece that we're missing is actually our web API. And our web API is as follows. This is not it. This is my test one. There. All right. So for test, really? Sorry about that. Dev Easton.med.com. I've accessed this 3 times today. There we go. Okay. Essentially, this is the web API that will be receiving the push notifications from